Today I came across with another interview session set of questions. I'm going to share with you with answer as well. It is for a company name Fresh Gravity and for data engineer, lead data engineer post and pay scale 20 plus LPA. So here interviewer asked me too many questions, like near about 30 questions. So I'm going to give you the questions as well answer in part 1, part 2 and part 3 because he asked me some good interview scenario based question like a delimiter and date and time format as well as loading data from the Amazon S3 location with the file format. So I will share the answer as well as whatever question I have solved one by one in this video. For I will divide these interview questions in three parts and will share one by one part with you. So I'm going to start the questions. First, he asked me some basic questions. Then he moved to the or scenario based question. So I'm going to share the basics question first. So first question he asked, how many files format you have worked with the with in your project? So I told simply CSV, text, Parquet, and ORC. So another question he asked, from where do you get this file in your project? So means from where you will get the files and in which location it is going to store, and on that location you are going to ingest. So there is your one folder name in pre-landing where which is located in Amazon S3 location. So from the in this location I'm going to read data and going to perform our activity. So different team will share those file in the pre-rendering path. So there are different application, and for that different application we have created different pre-rendering path. And so through the path I will share detail to the upstream team. So they are going to share those file in particular that folder, and through that folder we are reading we were reading that files on there. Now I'm question going to, he asked me another question. Are you reading data from JDBC source? If yes, so what are the source name? So yes, simply I told him yes, we are reading data. We were reading data from the JDBC source. So JDBC source, sorry, is nothing but a Oracle and MS SQL server. Another question he asked. So suppose you have read the file from JDBC source or as well as from file format source. So on which file format and on which location you are going to share the store this data? So I simply told, so there are type of downstream we are using here, like Amazon S3 location as well as on premises database Postgres. So suppose I am reading data from the source and want to store in the landing layer. If I'm working with a landing layer, so whatever data I'm reading from the source, I'm going to store into the Parquet file Amazon S3 location. So if you require data to store in, if I'm working with the staging layer and publish layers, then at that time I'm going to store data in the Postgres database table. So another question he asked, so you told me that you're dealing with the you're dealing with the CSV and text files. So could you tell me what which type of delimiter you are using? So I simply told I am sometime we are getting a comma separated delimiter and sometime we're getting a tab separate delimiter. Then another question he asked in based on the tab delimiter. So how do you handle tab delimiter files with embedded tabs in a column? Embedded tabs in a column. Suppose I'm going to share the question details, question explanation, what he want to ask. Suppose I have a files that contain id name column that contain column id name age and address and email. So suppose address column this file is delimiter is tab delimiter, and whatever column address contain data, that is also tab delimiter. So if I'm going to read this file in simple way, so what will happen, you can see there, you can see here. So in address column should contain all the address, not going to column split in another column. So here you can see that in email column should display the email details, but it is showing half of the half of the detail of the address. So I want to output like like a id column contain id, name column name, age column age, and address column address, and email column and email. So I have written the some code, and through the code he understand how I am going to apply this things, so how I'm going to apply this thing and solve the required problem. So what I have done here, I have done two ways. I'm going to show both two ways here. So suppose I have a file, so I have file and create a rdd, then I'm writing a one parse function. Through the parse function, what will happen, I will let you know here. Okay. And now there is the part I first I will check the whatever line I have given, whatever line I am going to parse through the rdd. It will check the tab delimiter. It is separated by tab delimiter. If length of the parts, whatever parts is there, 1 2 3 4 5, so it is less than or equal to 5, then what will happen, id ID and name and age, it will contain the record of the first, means ID contain the part 0 record, means ID name, part 1 will contain name as a name, part 2 contain as a as a age. Now what will I do, I will do one thing, join all part of the address and replace tab with a space, replace tab with a space. So join all part of the address and replace tab with space. Okay. Now what I'm going to write here, I will define address, and in address what will I do, I will give the space dot join. What I will do here, in join I will open the bracket, then I will take the parts. In parts, what can I do, I will in check the indexing 3 minus so on. Okay, then what I have to do in parts, after that, then I will write replace dot replace with whatever tab delimiter I have, and means this tab delimiter, then with space, with blank space. After that, once it will complete, then what I will do, I will write email, how I can identify the email. Then I will take a parts here -1, means last one, last index it will take. Then what can I do, I will return from here, return what I will return, id, name, age, comma, address, and comma, email, whatever I'm going to give here. Now move here, I will apply the parse function, whatever I have created, apply the parse function. Okay, like apply the parse function here. Then what I will do, p dot rdd equal to rdd dot map, and I will give the function p line, whatever function I have created here. Then what I will do, I will convert rdd into the data frame. So df equal to p rdd dot pf prdd dot map. Then I will use a lambda function, x implies row. I will give here, what I will give, id equal to x 0, this is the first one, comma, name, I will give the name equal to 1 x1, and if you're not able to see, what can I do? I will zoom it out. I will zoom it out. So now you're able to see proper way. 1 minute. Then I will make a comma. Make a comma. I will ID name age equal to x implies 2, comma. I will give the name as a address, whatever address, equal to x imply 3, then comma, address and email equal to x imply 4. This is the way. So we have a 4 column that I have given the 4 column and close this map. Then what will I do? 2, I will use a 2df and close this bracket. Then I'm going to print, display this df. Let's see. I hope it will work. Now you can see. Now you can see this come here, and also you can see that there are two columns are coming, is id and this one. So we have to remove this also from here. So what we have to do? 1 minute. Return none, 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 comma, none, comma, none. Let me run it again. What happened? An indentation matches, or else I have to. Okay, I have to give you this else. Let you know here. So you can see that here I have added a, I'm adding this one. I have taken the first of that header and rdd head data dot rdd dot filter lambda. This one, through this one I have resolved this header. I have removed the header from there and I have resolved this issue and it was successful. Now you're able to see the required format. This is the first way which I have done here. And now I'm going to do in second way how I can handle how I have done the resolve this issue. 1 minute. Way second way how I have resolved. So here I'm not going to use RDD. यहाँ पे I am going to use a data frame itself and will let you know how I have done here. So I'm going to above. First I will read this. I will take this file and one by one I'm going to paste it here and give the name as a data frame df raw, df raw. So let's see whether I am able to read this file. Yeah, now you can see that I'm able to read this file. Now I'm going to what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to define a user defined function. I'm creating a user defined function UDF, creating a UDF for this. Now I will create a function def uh, p line 2 p line 2. I will pass line here. Then same way, whatever I have done the same way, parts part 1 part 1 like line dot split. I will give the tab delimiter. Then what I have done, if length of part 1 is equal to 5 5, then id equal to, what will I do? I will give the as a part 1 0. You know the things. Now name equal to part 1 1. Now you can assume is equal to part 1 as a 2. So you have defined these first three column manually. It will take. Then address, how we can handle the same way whatever we have done, what we have done. Then I will join. I will use here what I have used part 1 part 1 in part 1 3 to -1. Then dot replace. I will use a replace tab, whatever tab I in this column have, whatever tab we have, I will replace. Then what will I have to be the space. This is the way. Another this is the address. Now go for email. What I have, email part 1, I will give the -1. Correct. This is the way how can we handle the how can we have created the function. Now going to 1 minute. Return same id, name, age, address and email. Email. Correct. Name address. Address spelling is wrong. Now if it is not matching, then what will happen? It will return what will return? None, 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 none. Now what I have to do? I am going to create a struct type schema. I'm going to create a struct type schema, or we can create a struct type schema. Okay, no, I can use struct type schema, or we can create a direct schema that will help. Okay, I will create a struct type schema here under UDF, or simple create a schema. First, I will try with a normal schema, whatever I will define. So schema, I will create. I will give the name like ID, comma, name, comma, age, comma, addre address, comma, address, ID, name, age, comma, address, as well as here email. Then what I have to do? I have create one data frame in df. What will I do? I will call the function UDF function, whatever I have created. So UDF function, then parse, I will give the p line 1 p line 1, and as well as whatever schema I have passed schema. Let's see whether it is able to run or not. Is there any issue? Anything? It is from parse line is not, p line 1 is not defined. So yeah, my function name is 2, so I have given 1, that's why it is giving. So now it is showing str, but return type should be data type or str, but it is id, name and email. So instead of defining the this type of schema, I have to create a one schema and different way, like struct field schema this way, schema like first I will use the struct field, and I have to define the function as well here from pyspark dot from pyspark dot SQL dot to function import star. I will use star. I'm not going to define single one by one here. What will I do? Struct use struct type struct function, and as well as I have this one from pyspark pyspark dot SQL dot types type import star. Okay, I'm going to give the struct type. In that I will open the bracket. In this bracket, what I'm going to define struct field st struct field 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 struct field struct field correct name. Then I will give the as a id id comma, I will give as a string type string string type, and I will give like true. I will define this one, and they will make a comma here, and again I'm going to copy this one. I will change the type and other things only. 2 3 4 and 5. Now you can see that instead of id I will give the name here, id name, and age id name age address. Now I'm going to give email. Now I'm going to run this. Let's see what will happen if I'm going to run this, whether it is working or not. It is showing from PySpark SQL dot types. Type is not there, so I have to define types. Now I'm going to running this. Now you can see that it is working. Now data frame has created. So what will I do right now? I will apply the UDF to transform the data transformation. So what will I do here? I have created I will give the name as a PDF. I will give the name as a P underscore DF, and I'm going to use this here. Apply the I'm going to apply this UDF to transform the data. So DF dot T equal to what will I do? I have created DF row. In this row, what will I do? Dot select. I will apply the select, and then I will apply the parse whatever I have created a function, whatever I have created this df. I will give the this df name, correct, and after that I will select like a column, and I will give you a value, column value, value, and then what will I do? I will close it and dot alias dot alias. I will close it alias dot past. Now I'm going to check it is whether it is working or not. Now it is showing value. Value is wrong. From there, parse line UTF call value is wrong. So it is showing the function value cannot be resolved. 1 minute, where I am doing done the wrong. Df dot row select, then select I have, then parse line parse line UDF, correct parse line UDF, and in parse line UDF what I have done, select the parse line UDF, then I use a call function. In this call, value dot is parsed. If I'm going to remove this column, and then I'm going to run this, let's see what will happen. Yeah, now it is created. Now I'm going to select final df dot final, final equal to, and in this final what will happen, whatever we have done, df dot d dot select and whatever I have given, pass dot star, or control z, pass dot star dot star. Now I'm going to run it, whether I'm able to get first. Yeah, now it is created. And if I'm going to print display, so display df dot final, then what will happen? Okay, df dot final display display. Now what will happen? You can see that the output, but what there is a one issue in output. Output is there are two time header is coming. So what will I do? I will remove this header from here itself. So what will I do? Df final. In this final, what will I will do df final, and in this I will open the bracket uh, dot fil filter. Then what will I do? I will use the command like you open and close this bracket, then I will give the call id, call id, whatever I'm using this here, id does not equal to id. Same way I will, and I will give and, same way I will do for all, do 3 and go for this, and then we'll copy this 1 2 3 4 5. I will give you one more. So I will give the name here, name, 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 name. Oh, sorry, I have to give the another column also, name. Instead of name, I have to give different age, age. Yeah, I have address, 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 and now I'm going to give email, email, and email. Now I'm going to run it again. Let's see what will happen. Is the all the things are good or any? So it is giving error. What is the error? So error is there. So what is the error? If I'm going to do this way, I have, it is giving error call. Okay, it is closed. True bracket correct. Okay, what is the error? It error is this. I have to give here this way. Otherwise, it is not going to match. Now you are able to see that this is completed. This is a correct format. So now I'm moving to another question which was asked. What kind of issue you have faced in your project and how did you solve them? So mainly in my project, I have seen two type of issue: issue and heartbeat timeout issue. And performance rated, and one more issue I will let you know here. In this performance issue means, suppose I have written one application and it is running in Airflow DAG in through Databricks, and it is completing every day 3 to 4 hours. It is taking 3 to 4 hours to complete, but source itself, it is coming as a uh, three 30 10,000 record or 5,000 records or something like that, but it is running 3 to 4 hour every day. So I have seen this code and found that what happened there, they are taking the source data as well as the target data, and performing and combining the data and doing the windows operation, and then after that they are writing again whole data. So suppose source has a 100 MB data and target has a 5 GB data. So every day that they are reading from the source and target and combining those data and performing the windows function and taking the rank 1 record and writing again into the target path. So what will happen, it will increase the it will increase the performance issue. Then what I have done on there, I have applied the partition column and partition column partition method, and then through that it was resource job. So I will let you know what approach I have done. So suppose I am reading data 1 minute. I'm reading data, reading data from the source. This is a source, and then whatever data frame I have created, so there should be one date column. In that date column, whatever in that date column, there is a one column which is not going to change anytime for if record update or what will happen record. So this is the created date of the particular date record. Based on the created date record, I have created added one more column as a partition column on particular date. So partition column contain the year and month, and same way I whatever data I have in target, I have added the one column. So in next run I have written the code. First will it will join on the partition column. If partition records are matched, then it will create a data frame, and whatever not match, it will create a backup record. So whatever record I have created, after applying the join with the partition ID, I will perform the I was perform मैंने उस पे परफॉर्म किया। पहले अपडेट चेक किया, इफ एनी अपडेट का रिकॉर्ड मिला तो उसको मैंने अपडेट का एक अलग डेटा फ्रेम बनाया। फिर एक नया डेटा फ्रेम और उसके बाद फिर मैंने चेक किया अगर कोई रिकॉर्ड न्यू है बेस्ड ऑन द की कॉलम, अगर वो रिकॉर्ड एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है उसमें तो उसको नया रिकॉर्ड बनाया। उसके बाद फिर क्या किया, उसको सारे डेटा फ्रेम को कंबाइन किया, और कंबाइन करने के बाद एक स्पार्क एक मेथड प्रोवाइड, स्पार्क इज प्रोवाइडिंग वन मेथड वी आर व्हाइल वी आर राइटिंग द आइदर वी हैव टू enable the that function like a dynamic method or static method. If I'm going to use a static method, so it will override it will truncate all the record or the partition whatever exist into the target. And if I'm applying the dynamic, so it will touch only those partition which is available in the source, and going to override or truncate and load the new record on there. So that way I have resolved this issue, and I have saved half of the time on there. And another question I have, another issue I have faced, like heartbeat timeout error. issue on there. So suppose any job is running, and we have defined the cluster. We have defined the cluster as well as a cluster and worker node for a particular job. But the job is running, and after certain time, after 1 hour, it's filled with error, heartbeat timeout. This is the second on there. So in this, I feel whatever I have given the resolution. So there is a code. We need to optimize the code whatever we have written. Suppose I have a 600 column and I want to in a table, and I want to I am join I want only few column, but I am joining the full I'm fetching the full data of the particular that table. So it is not required to fetch the 600 column from the particular table. If required 4 or 5, so I have to take only 4 or 5 from the source itself. Otherwise we have to increase the executor size, worker node, and worker node and other things to resolve this issue. So this is the seventh number question which I have. He asked, what is column shifting in PySpark? So column shifting in PySpark typically involve moving one or more column to different position within a data frame. So this can be useful for organizing data or preparing it for specific analysis. So hence general approach to shifting column in a PySpark data frame. First is select column in the desired order. So for this I will create a one new data frame, and I will select if I have created a new data frame, and this the data frame column order ID, name, and age. So it will create, and if I want to desire a new order of columns, so I will give the new column name, age, and ID this way, and we're going to use this reorder on there. Then another is there adding and removing column dynamically. Suppose I want to add I want to add 10 in age column, and remove this from here. I want to create a new column with a column age plus 10, and then I want to remove the previous one age, previous age column on there. So through this way I can do it on here. Now another part, shifting column based on the condition. Suppose based on the condition I want to shift the column. So if the shift depend on the certain conditions or calculations, you might need to use conditional logic or create a custom transformation for this. Example, adding a condition to decide column position. Suppose condition equal to df age is greater than 30, then what will df age greater than 30, then df filter equal to df dot filter, and I will give the condition whatever. Then it will create a one data frame. In this data frame I will create a reorder for particular that. Then df dot filter dot select id, name, and age. Based on this, then I will show the this condition here. Now another question what he asked, how can we address and resolve column shifting in a PySpark? So I whatever example I have given to solution for with the two approach, this is the column shifting issue. So you can see that how can we identify it's come under data quality checks on there. So column shifting can indeed be an issue if it is not handled correctly, especially if it affects the integrity of your data or the result of your analysis. Here, how I can identify and resolve issue related to the column shifting. First, identify column shifting issue. Check data consistency. First, in data consistency, there is two type: misaligned data. Verify the data in your column is consistent and correctly aligned with their header. If column are shifted, data might end up in the wrong column, leading to incorrect result. Another question, things I have to validate: schema validate. Schema ensure the schema, column name, and type matches your expectation on there. Then use df.print schema to check the schema of your data frame. Another things what I have to check for identify column shifting issue: review data frame operations. So transformation verification, whatever transformation verification, ensure that your data frame transformation are applied correctly and that the intended column order is maintained. Compare the original and transformed data frame both on there. Third scheme is debug output. Sample in here sample data inspection. Examine sample row of your data frame to check if the column values appear are expected or not. So again, use df.show or df.head to view the data. Third, here in sample data inspection, and third, column order check. Ensure the column order in the data frame match the expected order whatever given in source. Now, how to resolve this issue? So, resolving column shifting issue, reorder. First approach, reorder column. Use select method to reorder column explicitly. This is a straightforward way to ensure the column are in the correct order. So, like you can see the example, df corrected at df dot select desired column 1, 2, and 3 this way. Second is check column name and data type. Verify the column name and type are respected. Adjust the schema if needed using select expression or with column rename. Third, handle missing or misplaced data. If data is missing or misplaced due to shifting, inspect your data loading and transform steps. Ensure that the operation like join, filter, and aggregation are applied correctly or not. So this is the way how we can tackle the column shifting issue. So for today, it is enough. I have a few I have given 9 questions answer here. There are 20 question more. I will give the answer in upcoming video for fresh gravity interview. Thank you very much for watching. Keep like, keep subscribe.